No pressure, darling. Tricked him, he thought I was waving. Alright, that was Milner Gardens. That was awesome, really enjoyed that. Absolutely spectacular place. Queen stayed there with old Philip in 1987 apparently, a tiny house. I didn't think she must have thought she was in the gardener's cottage, which incidentally was tiny. $8.50 for tea and a keiki poo, gluten-free keiki poo option if you want, quinoa chocolate. Mwah! Didn't have any, still stuff for breakfast, but nevertheless, a good place to visit. We were the only bikers there, and was nearly run down by a OAP driver of a golf cart who mistook me for, I suppose, because I had my motorcycle t-shirt on. He figured I was a meaningless yob and could be run down. He had that sort of glint in his eye of determination too, and it was only the massive sidestep and the quick thinking of my wife that saved the day, really. What a beautiful day. 25 Celsius. Can you get a better, more perfect weather for being on a motorcycle than 25 degrees Celsius? You know, it's just, it's balmy, not too hot, just the perfect temperature. Supermoto rider, just a little too cool, so it was only the two fingers raised slightly off the left handlebar. But you know what? From a supermoto rider, that is high accolade indeed. Now I'm following a Chevy Tahoe. Essentially it's a Cadillac Escalade. Single exhaust pipe, well, it's probably a North Star V8 detune, so you can't out-drag the Cadillac Escalade. I tell you out there in blogosphere, can you hear my wife when she speaks? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Wifey, would you say something sexy to me? Oh, my goodness, maybe a bit too much information for the general public. But that was lovely, thank you. I didn't have the urge myself. It being nature, spring and the birds singing, etc. But we have fostered 3 children already, and I don't really want to start that one again. I'm quite enjoying the free time. French Creek, Lasqueti Island. My last laser I sold to a man who lives on Lasqueti Island. I towed it all the way here for him and mounted it on the boat. I can hear some of you saying I would have loved to have seen that. Reminds me of an old friend who used to teach, and she had this story that one day she was standing there in front of a class of 12, 13-year-olds, and this disheveled workman comes in without even knocking, peeks around the door and says, "I'm here to mount the TV." And she just stood back and said, "This I've got to see." Apparently the whole place cracked up. He went bright red and left. Hilarious. This I've got to see. It's all in the delivery, that little pause between the this and I've got to see, the crossed arms and the slight smirk on your face. Says it all, really. That's the North American equivalent of filtering. It's all you're allowed to do. There is no filtering unless you're in California. Well, legally. There is filtering at times, but I would never do that, or encourage others to do it either. Everyone's happy to be on a bike today. Lots of waving. Unless you're on a Harley ride. In which case you're too busy grimacing and hanging on for dear life. Oh my god, a corner coming up. My ring is twittering. Good god. BMW, you lost the plot on that one. Why do electric cars have to look electric? Looks a little I'm different quirky. Doesn't make me want to buy one of those. I think Tesla have the right idea. Make it look desirable. Nothing, I would imagine, because it's insulated. All 4 tires are insulating it from the ground, so if an electric car was hit by lightning, I'm assuming it would just be like a Faraday cage. I'm sure they've played with that. I'm shocked that that Harley Davidson rider ahead is not going on the twisty road. Oh, hang on, no I'm not. He's carried straight on. Corners ahead! Avoid it! His toes must be getting cold between those flip-flops. So this guy just came in a second ago, and I chatted with him. Just picked this up. $60,000. Gunship grey. Gunmetal grey maybe. 117 cubic inches. I'm not a Harley fan myself, but his father-in-law bought it for him. That's a nice little present, isn't it? It's got all mod cons. Was it 70 watt stereo or was it 700? So Harley, let's go 700. But yeah, if that was your thing, I could see that you would be very pleased with that. Solo only, I'm thinking. Or maybe there's a spare seat can fit on the back. Very nice. Integrated speakers. Got all the things. I daren't touch it, it's got an alarm on it. But very good. Braided lines. Very good. I like it, but it's not for me.